Okay, folks, I have a problem. I might need to seek help. In fact, I think I'm going to have to call my old therapist in the morning because I have an addiction. And they say the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. And I have a problem. I cannot stop playing Jump Up Superstar from Super Mario Odyssey. I can't explain why. In fact, I can't even play the song for you guys, or Nintendo's lawyers are going to walk in here and be like, hey, you can't have ads on this, we're going to take it all away from you. So instead, I'm just going to play you a small little clip from The Warp Zone, featuring Katie Wilson, linked to both Katie Wilson's YouTube and this video in the description below. Just showing an acapella version of it. And is it the greatest acapella version in the world? Probably not. But it gets my point across. Give it a listen quick.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great, wide, wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah! It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear, don't shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high.
Odyssey, yes-y. Odyssey, yes-y. Odyssey, yes-y, oh yeah. Okay, I literally cannot stop singing this song. It's blowing my mind. It has been forever since a video game track stuck in my head like this did. The thing is, I'm not even someone that necessarily listens to a lot of jazz music. I mean, I played in jazz band back when I was in high school. I've heard jazz singing. I generally prefer music, though, that's more on the pop culture side of things, R&B, hip-hop, kind of stuff you would hear on popular radio. Not really a big fan of country music, but here's the thing. This song just cannot get out of my head, and I don't know why. And I think this speaks to Nintendo's return to brilliance. You see, this year has obviously been amazing. We all know it's been amazing. It's not just Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, and even the fact that the Switch is just a brilliant product with amazing marketing. It's the games that have also come out in between. The Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Like, whoever thought a tactical, RPG Mario game could even exist, let alone be this good and be mixed in with Rabbids, which a lot of people, I know, understandably so, aren't into. I'm at a loss for words when talking about this, because when you look at the swath of 2017 for Nintendo, it's meant a lot to me. And I feel like this song, Jump Up Superstar, just encapsulates all of it. Now, there is a blog post recently put up by Nintendo Treehouse over on Tumblr going over the history of the creation of the English version of the song, because the lyrics in Japan directly translated to English don't exactly work very well for singing, as is the case. Japanese does not really directly translate cleanly to English. That's just the way their language works. The way a lot of world's languages work actually don't cleanly translate to English. But it's an interesting post. It looks like it's from somebody who worked on the song, and all the various changes it went through, including a localization demo that was sent off to Nintendo of Japan. Obviously not sang by the final singer, just sang by one of the people working on the song. It's a very interesting thing. I implore you guys to go down in the description below and check it out if you're interested in the history behind this song. But it's been a long time. Music, I think, is something that goes underappreciated in games. I actually liked the soundtrack overall in Breath of the Wild more than I liked it in Mario, because Breath of the Wild's soundtrack complemented the world, versus in Mario, where the soundtrack basically is your background noise. If you remember, even in prior Zelda games, I'd argue Ocarina of Time probably has the most memorable Zelda soundtrack, the music in that was so memorable because there really wasn't a lot of, there was really nothing else to listen to while you're playing the game, right? You can hear footsteps, you can hear combat, swinging of weapons, using stuff, but for the most part, you're listening to music the whole time that you play. And that works, that's fine. There's actually nothing wrong with that approach, and that's generally what they did in Odyssey. It's a traditional approach to presenting video game music in a game by making the music like the background to your gameplay. And I think it's fantastic, and I think what they did in Odyssey with the whole soundtrack is great. But I prefer Breath of the Wild soundtrack because, I don't know, it drew me into the world in this way that made it feel like real. Like, you're listening to these sounds of nature, and you have that faint tinge of music, like just complementing that world. It reminds me of like when I'm in my backyard, and I might have music on, lightly in the background as I'm listening to the rainfall, or as I am just listening to the crickets, at night, or just even, driving around with my windows down slowly, and which I know is creepy for some people, but with the music turned off, and just listening to the world, whether it be cars or people yelling or deer running through the woods. There's a calm piece to that, and I felt like the music track in Breath of the Wild really complemented that in a way that I'm not used to seeing in gaming, and maybe this happens in games on other platforms, obviously, that I don't have as much experience with. But despite all of that, Jump Up Superstar is my favorite video game track, maybe of all time. And that's saying something, because traditionally I'm not into the video game tracks that have words. I prefer more ambient songs, or the ones that just have like a catchy beat, like the ones in Ocarina of Time, or even the original Mario Bros theme. There's so many game music I like. I mean, if you even think of Lord of the Rings, I love like the epic style of the orchestrated music in those movies, and I've generally preferred that kind of stuff in video games as well. Some of the orchestrated music in a lot of video games out there have really just blew my mind. I mean, if you go to the Symphony of the Goddesses, you'll know what I mean. When you hear that Zelda music done live by a full orchestra, it blows your mind how amazing that music is. Like, you didn't think that music could get better, but it does, and it even beats out things like, when you go to Zelda Reorchestrated and you listen to some of their stuff before they got shut down. Like, that was all great, but it was still mostly computer generated outside of their Twilight Princess soundtrack, which they did do that in person with real instruments and choirs and stuff. But brilliant project, by the way. What they did with the Twilight Princess stuff is just amazing. But oh man, Jump Up Superstar is tickling my entire body in ways I didn't think music could do anymore. There's been few songs I've listened to in my life that are just so genuinely positive like this, but catchy and just cannot get out of my brain. Like, you guys, we've all had music, where you get a song stuck in your head and you can't get it out. And sometimes that song that's stuck in your head, it gets a little annoying at times, right? You listen to some of those songs out there that have these catchy beats or these catchy rhythms, and you get kind of annoyed sometimes. Like, come on, just get out of my head. Why can I not stop thinking about that song? And then you have those songs out there that you can't get out of your head because you love the song so much. And that's the way Jump Up Superstar is. I don't know if you guys have noticed during my live streams, but I will randomly start busting out humming the music to Jump Up Superstar. Now, some of that's because, despite the fact how many times I've listened to the song, I still don't know all the words, because I just enjoy listening to people sing it so much that I don't want to sing it myself. I enjoy the music for it so much, and I realize the music gets a little repetitive after you get past the first chorus. It's just, they have two more verses to it, and it's just the same song, same music played in a loop, and that's fine. This is musical brilliance to me in a way that I didn't realize video games could do. Previously, I'd only really gotten this out of, actual music. Like Jason Derulo, there's some songs he's done that have really touched me and made me feel things I didn't realize that I felt. And usually that's what I like about music, is when it can invoke a feeling from me. And Jump Up Superstar does that for me. And it didn't even really hit me when they released the song at E3. It didn't hit me when I saw various fan versions and all that stuff appearing online, or even when I saw the commercial. When you guys all know the commercial I'm talking about, where they have actual people dancing in the streets and everything. Probably one of the most brilliant Mario commercials ever made. Maybe one of the most brilliant video game commercials ever made. But suddenly, when I got to that point in the game, and I knew it was coming, I knew as soon as I fixed the electricity in New Donk City, I was going to, you know, get the concert and the Jump Up Superstar song. But it just hit me. Watching Pauline, watching, you know, the band. And I know that it's not exactly the most exciting thing to watch. They only do, you know, little movements here and there. Otherwise, it's just the song and watching Mario dance. But it just, from that moment on, it's just like, jump up, don't be scared. I mean, think about the message of this song. It's wacky, it's silly, it's confidence building, it's, you know, almost heroic in a sense. It just, oh, it's everything that I didn't realize I wanted in a video game song, And I just had to make this video gushing about it. I realized, oh, I'm probably late to the party. There's other people that are probably gushed about it. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care how it impacted other people. I care about how the song impacts me. And on a day like today, when I was struggling to find news that I wanted to talk about, because I don't like just talking about things that I don't care about. And when I see like, oh, there's an update to that, or oh, Valkyrie Skies 4 was announced for PlayStation 4, PC, and Switch, or whatever, it's like, that's all great. That's good news. It's not news that I care about so much. And that's when I decided, you know what, it's time for me to talk about Jump Up Superstar, because I can't get it out of my head. I seriously cannot. Even that Warp Zone version, which I admit there's probably better acapella versions out there, but I don't care. It's just, it's so good. You guys let me know, you know, is there any music out there that has done this for you in a video game? Touched you in a way that you just can't get it out of your head. This is the first one, at least it's happened to me, that's involved someone singing in a game that I can't get out of my head. So you guys let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And, you know, do you like Jump Up Superstar? Is it a song you enjoy? Do you feel it's out of place? Do you think it's just more of a marketing ploy rather than something that fits inside the game? I'm interested in all of this conversation around it. It won't affect how I feel about it, but I'm always curious what you guys feel about it. I'm all about driving the conversation here at Nintendo Prime. Anyways, folks, I'm Nathaniel Rufflegents from Nintendo Prime, and if you like this video, you know what to do. And if you dislike the video, hit that dislike button, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you in the next one.